First guest tonight has been entertaining you and me on screen and on stage for over 40 years. And his latest play, Have a Nice Day, is the #1 best-selling fiction book on Audible. Please welcome to The Late Show, Billy Crystal.
Oh, my God.
Come on.
Wow.
Come on. The people love Billy Crystal.
You could have put me up there in the cupola.
We could have.
Thank you all so much.
Okay,
my God,
please.
That's amazing.
Well,
yeah, I have to tell you something.
Yes, sir.
First, I'm really glad to see you.
I'm glad to see you, too.
I made my network television debut in this theater, 1975. It was called Saturday Night Live with Howard Cosell.
Oh, on ABC.
It was on ABC.
I remember that, yeah.
They tried to turn Mr. Cosell, you remember, of course, right? You never know.
Yeah. It's CBS, they know.
Just, they may be too young. They tried to turn him into Ed Sullivan, which didn't work. And it was my first network comedy, doing stand-up on network television. And I came to rehearsal, he was sitting right where you are, ma'am. And it was like 11 o'clock in the morning.
Cosell was right there.
Yeah. The guests were Ted Kennedy, who I shared the elevator with in a dressing room upstairs.
Also hilarious.
Gwen Verdon.
Sure. Very talented.
Roy Clark.
Sure.
And me and Shamu the Killer Whale, live from San Diego. So Howard is talking to the producers, one of which was Alan King and Rupert Hitzik, and he's yelling at them, "Let me get this straight. Am I talking to the kid who feeds him the herring? Who the hell am I talking to? I can't talk to a whale."
Well, we're in the aftermath of the midterms right now. How are you dealing with it? How are you feeling?
Well, we got the House, which is great.
It is.
And we need everyone to work together because the approval rating is 11. The Zika virus is 20. So we've got some work to do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad that part is over. Now, of course, seconds later, something new happens with this guy. Yeah. I'm glad I'm not watching the rallies to watch Agent Orange go nuts. And what would happen was, I'd get into my car, and I'd turn on the radio, and I'd come in mid-sentence, and I'd hear this all the time. "Trump rips Bill Crystal again." And I'd go, "What did I say? What did I do?" It's the Bill Crystal with a K
the
for conservative.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the, Mm-hmm. And, so every day it'd be, "Crystal gets ripped by Trump." And I'd go, "Leave me alone. Everybody leave me alone." Because people would go, "What did you say to him? What did you say to him?" I said, it's not me. It's not me.
Do you meditate or anything? Do you do anything to calm yourself down?
I vape.
Oh. That's very young of you. That's very hip.
Well, it's
It's
legal.
It is.
Legal.
Oh, it's legal. Okay.
Which it's not as much fun.
That kind of vaping.
Because there's a senior section. There is in the cannabis store that I frequent.
Really?
Yeah.
There's just senior cannabis?
There is, and they have different strains for people over 65 or 70.
Butterscotch flavored stuff like that.
Well, not quite. There's one called Spider Veins. That's a good one. Mr. Regular. Cranky Man on the Porch. There's that.
Sure.
Don't Hit the Ball in My Yard. That's a good one, too. Mm-hmm. And I find that I needed it after a day of going through what we go through when we watch this happen to us.
Yeah.
But my cravings are different than when I was, you know, back in 19-bum, you know.
So the munchies are...
Yeah, the munchies are different. Now I go, wow, I could really like some soup.
That's a challenge, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Delicious, obviously, but you've set yourself a challenge to munch on soup.
Yeah, yeah, well, yeah. I'm chewing tomato basil soup. It's like,
But now here's the thing: is that
Yeah.
while you're a humanitarian, you've been involved with communities. Obviously, Comic Relief helped millions of people
Yeah.
over the years. But I don't associate you necessarily with politics, and yet I understand that you are now holding political office.
Yes, I am. My wife and I of 48 years.
Oh.
Yeah.
In a row?
Yeah, in a row.
In a row.
Yeah.
Wow.
We married young. I was 7, she was 5. It was a Hasidic kind of...
Understand.
We never met each other before. We just like put together.
Nice.
And
Sometimes it works.
we are the co-honorary mayors of our hometown in LA called the Pacific Palisades, which is in between Santa Monica and Malibu.
Okay.
So other honorary mayors in the past have been, Vivian Vance was the first one.
Wow.
Ethel Mertz,
Sure.
from I Love Lucy.
All we are saying is Vivian Vance.
Right. Gavin MacLeod.
Wow.
Love, exciting, and new.
Sure.
Anthony Hopkins was also a 2-term mayor until he ate the police chief. That was
Right.
bad. And we took it very seriously. We really wanted to make a change. We basically have lived in this town for like 40 years, and we inherited a really terrible administration from Kevin Nealon, who was a really funny guy.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm telling you, he left us a mess, a mess.
Yes.
He left us an absolute mess.
Yes.
So,
He had to leave office. He was caught freebasing Zerelto.
yeah, there you go. No, Kevin's a good guy, Disaster. So we had, on our speech, we said Palisades first. It's got to be Palisades first. So we imposed tariffs on Malibu. Heavy tariffs on tuna poke, macrame plant holders, and surfboard wax. And we're stopping this caravan, which is Ubering towards us from Beverly Hills.
So dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
I hear there's some people from the Middle East.
Yeah.
There's some people from the Middle East
Yeah.
mixed in there.
Yeah,
Very
so-
dangerous.
but-
Stay safe.
But see,
safe.
we've done things. We really took it seriously. We have a lot of fun because we're doing it together, and that's why we moved
nice.
to this little town.
Co-mayors.
Yes. So we've given out the trophies at the spelling bee at the middle school. This was the best one. We crowned the king and queen of the senior prom. But I mean the senior prom. You had to be 90 and prove it. I swear.
Real, honestly.
Oh, it was great. It was at the Ladies Auxiliary, and the big thing is the July 4th parade.
Is that what's going on
Janice
here?
and I came as the 2 George Washingtons, because everything we do is equal. So here we are at the Thanksgiving Day, the July 4th parade.
It's nice.
Yeah,
Co-Washingtons.
yeah, co-Washington.
Yes. George and George.
And those are 2 of my grandchildren who were rowing as we did the Washington Crosses of Delaware. And we had music from Hamilton, here come the generals. And it was us.
Well, we have to take a break.
Okay.
But we'll be right back with more Billy Crystal. Don't go anywhere.